Sprinkle, sprinkle, y'all. I'm here. Welcome. So we're going to be talking about rebuke those brokies spiritually. Okay. How y'all doing? Mm-hmm. All right. So we are here. Thank y'all for being here. How many of y'all are excited about today or this evening? Our discussion on how to rebuke brokies spiritually. I know I am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, how are y'all? Waiting for a few of y'all to get in the house. You rebuke brokenness? Me too. Every once in a while, you got to do an exorcism on the brokies and the dusties. And this is for spiritual reasons. Okay. And y'all already know this. So we're going to have someone join us this evening to talk more about this. And I know you know Terraine, Hicks from the Occult College. Okay. So welcome, Terraine. Let's see.
What's up?
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
You like the title?
Of course.
Okay, so tell us about some broke rebukeness.
I just did a ritual like a week ago for my students to do a ritual to repel the broke people, because I noticed that a lot of a good portion of them, their money rituals wasn't working because they kept broke company. And I had to really teach them that will cancel out your money rituals and your business plans and all that, because brokenness is an energy. And any of us that's into any form of spirituality, if we're energy people, we know that energy have resonance. And it is very important for people that have money and trying to make money to be void of broke friends. So I was really breaking that down, because that's like a part of the science.
That is a science, because broke. Okay, everybody always thinks I'm talking bad about broke people. No, I'm talking about like you said, the energy that they give off is very negative. And like, if you ever talk to a broke person, they're very negative. They're always stressed. They always got something going on. So, like you said, scientifically, I'm agreeing with you 100%. Scientifically, that, chemistry from your body is leaking out of your breath, your aura, and everything, and getting into the other person's and bringing their frequency down. So you can't be around brokenness, because you'll literally start to get that same frequency. You got to get away from them.
Yeah, this has been proven time and time again. Scientists have done experiments where they would put two different categories of people in area for about a month. So when they would put a rich person around a bunch of broke people, the rich person would lose income for like 6 months straight. And sometimes they didn't recover. And when they took someone who had no money and they put them around rich people for a month, that person actually became rich. So
Yep.
there's quite a few experiments done with this. So after knowing about those experiments, I'm sold that broke energy is something we got to repel. Yep.
That is so true. And it sounds elitist. It sounds, terrible, but it only sounds terrible to broke people.
Right. Only broke people don't like the concept, because they don't want to be lonely, right? The broke energy, it leeches, and people that are broke, they have a natural tendency to leech off of people. They're very vampiric, and any of us that are going places, we gotta repel them. We gotta keep them away. They will put like a wrench in our operation, right, for business, right?
Yes.
So it is a magical understanding that broke people carry an energy that we don't want.
Right. Why? Let me ask you a question. Why do you think they continue to carry that and defend it instead of doing better?
That's a good question. There's a program, there's a frequency that they are locked into, and for their incarnation, it might be a form of imprisonment, right? There's so many different reasons why, right? But I know the most consistent thing with people who don't have money is that they entertain a lot of negativity, and they have not done the work to come out of that. So they're locked there. I think it has a lot to do with negativity. Negativity is addictive. So I believe it's all of those reasons.
Yes, and definitely. I also feel, if I want to add to that too, a lot of people have fear. That also keeps them in, the broke mindset, their fear.
Oh yeah, fear is absolutely an energy of brokenness. There's certain things that come with being broke, just like there's certain things that come with being wealthy. Fear is one of those things that come with being broke. Right? Fear, negativity, misery, jealousy, envy, anger. Right? That's all broke energy. That's what we call it, broke energy.
And why do I'm gonna say broke energy people? Why do broke energy people put that much energy into staying broke instead of getting rich? Like you said, it's a trap. You said it's a prison. But why can't I guess it's like the horse that's roped to a plastic chair?
That's why I say it's imprisonment.
Yes.
Right? And then people actually can get comfortable being broke. Because they always have like an enabler or two. Right? Those who are wealthy don't want to enable broke people. Right? But those that are broke, they're very good at finding the people to enable them to keep them comfortable to where they are. So they end up becoming experts at staying comfortable broke. Right? I know that in a lot of seminars that speak about wealth and how to attain it, one of the first things is that you have to get uncomfortable to change your environment, to go for that wealth. You got to get uncomfortable. Broke people are comfortable being broke because the fear to get uncomfortable.
But isn't being broke uncomfortable in itself? Like you can't do nothing when you want to, but like you said, they have enablers to where if they got to move, they know who to call to enable them.
It's the enablers. Right. I figured it out. Right? And because I feel like I figured it out, I told all of my students to get far away from them, because for the most part, there's no saving them. Right? Because we end up trying to save them at our own expense when we could be using that energy to make more money or to implement our business idea. So it's like a very important key that most people miss, because most people have compassion. So there's a lot of people, they're not getting to that next tax bracket because their compassion is having them try to assist their broke friend.
So what happens if you make a broke person uncomfortable with being broke anymore?
I mean, that might work. And that's what I told my students is, if they're around you and you care about them, let them have it. Right? You know, I'm not talking about things that I haven't applied. I would tell people that if you do not pick your money up, I'm cutting you off. That worked for maybe 20% of people. But I would threaten people, if you don't get your money up, I'm cutting you off. And some people, they got their money up. And the rest, I had to cut them off.
Tough love.
Tough love.
But they will thank you later.
I mean, they have, yes. They ended up thanking me because I was that real friend, right? Because you being broke doesn't do anything for me or you. It just, if I'm your friend, it just drains me, right? I'm not going to choose to enable you because you can be there for 25 more years. So I'm just threatening to cut you off. I'm going to just be straight cutthroat about it.
That's true. It's like women do it all the time to guys. So, you know, that's the easy part. But when it comes to like people that, you know, you're close to, or that people that, you know, you might be related to or something like that, that's why a lot of people, you know, become the enabler. Or if you're like, you know, somebody that's, like you said, sympathetic or, you know, compassionate, that can be to their detriment, of course. And it's not, you know, I always tell people, look, if it's not beneficial to you and them, it's time to go.
Yeah. And this is not about being mean. It's science. It's metaphysics.
It is.
It's a big deal.
And you know, your thoughts and your brain waves and, you know, all that stuff goes out to the universe. If you're having broke thoughts, that's what you're putting out to receive back. And so if you sit there and listen to somebody broke and they broke thoughts, now your frequencies and your brain waves is having broke thoughts just by listening to broke thoughts. Like you said.
They say that we think about 45,000 thoughts per day. And if most of those thoughts are negative and in broke energy, it affects how your aura turns out to be. And if most of them are positive, it'll affect it. But then, as you said, thought energy is interesting because thoughts can travel through walls. Right? So if a thought can travel through a wall, it can travel from this person's brain to the next person's brain. So if I'm around this broke person, I'm intercepting some of their broke thoughts. So I hang out with this broke person, and then when I get home, now I'm in misery because I have absorbed some of their thoughts, and then now I have their frequency. It's just like that. This is a scientific fact.
Yes, and before all the science, there was this: think and grow rich.
Hey, that's one of my favorite books.
Yes, I recommended this to the broke dusties this holiday season because that's just the truth. How you think is how you end up.
Right. According to Napoleon Hill and Clement Stone, the key to success and riches is a positive mental attitude. It's that simplistic, but it is very complex magic. It's the same thing, right? And all of this is pointing to the same concept that we can't be around negativity.
Right. And a lot of people always ask, well, what happens if you lose this? Or what happens if I think I won't? It's impossible because of the way I think. Okay. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Why? Because of how I think. Because if I got it once, I can get it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 more times over and over and multiple streams. So what you're asking me is impossible. So
yeah,
that's the attitude you need to have when somebody broke-minded comes up to you and starts asking you what if dumb questions because they can't figure it out. What they're really trying to do is trying to bring you down to their broke level and humble you for wanting more or achieving more to try to bring your energy out of their brokenness. How do you repel that? How do you rebuke it?
Yeah. So the brokies will put you into a mental sparring match That's why my first advice is to get away from them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't get away from them, now you gotta deflect and dodge this question, and you gotta rebuttal this and rebuttal that, because they can't comprehend success. They hate success, right? They hate wealth. They hate riches. A successful person to them is selling their soul, right? Or they did something that compromised themselves to become successful, but like they don't understand that some people work hard and they should receive wealth and riches. They don't want to accept that.
True.
So if we're around people like this, they're going to end up trying to fight us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
And why? Okay. How do you rebuke it?
Well, there's magic for that, right? There's incantations, there's spells, there's certain incense that you burn. There's rituals to repel brokies, right? There's certain music frequencies that you listen to, right? Singing bowls. This keeps that frequency off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything that I just mentioned will cancel that out the minute you pick up the phone for a brokie and decide to let them vent to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I did the rebuking work, but the minute I decide, hey, I want to be compassionate, let me call SHERA. And now she's going to vent to you. And guess what? All that stuff you did is just...
Right. It's polluted your aura once again.
Right.
So say no to brokies. Don't answer the brokies phone. If they send a text message, if the first 3 words ain't positive, delete. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or answer back later, you know, when it's late.
The brokies are good, though. They're good at slipping through the cracks. So imagine someone called you at 8 in the morning. You didn't know that they were going to call you and vent to you. Hang up. And then now you got to get into your positive affirmations, because you got to get the dusty off you. Yeah.
I put on that song. Throw it up, throw it up.
No, seriously. This is how to rebuke it. You rebuke it with positive affirmations.
I'm listening to Rihanna and I'm putting on my Fenty because that's that billionaire energy right there.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Y'all should know me well enough.
You especially in America, we have to forcefully rebuke brokenness, because negativity it is pushed so hard in the society. So
Yeah.
we have to have a daily ritual of rebuking the dusties.
I do every day.
Yeah, every day.
I'm like, I got my clergy outfit. I got my exorcism hat. I didn't ordain myself as the dust rebuker.
The dust rebuker. I like that. Oh, that sounds so good. But it's serious, because the dusties are just good at, I'm gonna just pull you down right with me. And before you know it, you're right in that frequency.
I can never be in that frequency, because every other thought is about some money.
Another thing I want to say is I know maybe a few people listening to this can relate, but you can't live with brokies. Okay, they will find the way into your home. Hey, can I stay with you for a month? No. How do you rebuke the dusties? The word no.
Very
no,
powerful.
You cannot live with me for a month. No. They'll get mad. That's fine. Ignore them. Because if they stay with you, they're not leaving in a month.
You know what I tell them? I think you better call Tyrone. Better call Tyrone, because that's where That's the only person that's gonna help you out.
You know,
Can't do it.
even if you are living with a Dusty right now, right? You might need to move. They're not leaving. You got to move. If you want to stay where you at income wise, let them stay. But sometimes you got to you got to make the move because they're not going to go anywhere. You can tell them to leave all you want. They're not leaving.
Mm-hmm. You put a fake eviction notice on the door, they might get up. Get you a fake pregnancy test, a stack of bills, and a fake eviction notice, and put it on the table.
Another reason that Dusties are not good to have around you is because they have secret jealousy that you may not be aware of. So a lot of people have friends that they think are friends, they're not friends. And these friends they're not overtly hating. Internally, they're hating, right? And that's just as bad as overtly hating, but it actually might be stronger because what you think in your mind that you don't verbalize is stronger than what you verbalize. So now this person is hating on you silently because they don't have something that you have. So this is why you get into the car accident, right? Or you wake up with certain blisters and things on your face. It's called the energy of the evil eye. And that's a real concept. That's a real understanding, right?
What about people that want to get to the next level and they trying to learn from you? They're not broke, but they could be doing better. What do you say to those type of people? Like their energy is like one of wanting to grow. So I feel like, I think it was in this book. He says, if you can't figure out something or if you get stuck somewhere to help somebody else to get to that next level, and then you'll figure out your problem or the solution to your problem. So I think the key to also growing mentally and more wealthy is to also help other people that's in the right mindset, not the brokies, but the ones that want to move on up.
You know what? That's a great point. There is a distinct difference between the person who is making the moves to get to the next level and that brokey that's staying broke. That person that you can help, you can see them changing, right? And you got to watch them. What are they talking about? Are they talking about business or are they talking about gossip?
Exactly.
Right? So gossip, rumors, all that stuff is broke energy. Right. So I like to watch people and I watch what comes out your mouth. And based on what you say and what we talk about, I can tell if you're worth helping.
Okay, since y'all last live, Miss Nova Michelle said she's gonna be getting paid.
Yeah, the money magic is real over here.
It is. Like there are people that I know that have a lot of money. There are people that I know that have very little money. And then there's people I know that's trying to get more and strive and do better. And you definitely got to look, pay attention and watch who's doing what, who's saying what. And like you got to study them to make sure they on the up and up and you're not confused, because some people are so desperate for companionship or relationship or friendship that they miss everything. They can't see it. So I think it's good to hear another person's opinion about it. Then you can help, make that decision. But definitely pay attention to what they're talking about, because broke people, they do gossip.
I like the Napoleon Hill thing because that is another piece of getting wealth or wealthier. You do have to help people. That's part of the science. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. And I know because a long time ago, I used to do like consultations. I did spell work. I did all that kind of stuff, card readings. I helped a lot of people. I still help people. And a lot of the times by helping those people, I figure out more things for myself and more ways to become lucrative as well. And at the same time, they're getting something out of it too. So it is definitely a science, and it's definitely true. I think it's how your brain starts to look for solutions for other people, and then suddenly you get yours at the same time because you're attracting solutions.
Yeah, because it's Napoleon Hill calls it forming a powerful alliance
Yes.
of people, like-minded people. So now if I'm surrounded by positive people that I helped, I'm only going to grow because I'm going to learn things, and we stay on this frequency. But
Yeah.
the key is that we keeping a seal on who can come into this society, right? Everyone can formulate their own little miniature societies,
Mm-hmm.
right? But one Dusty is what we call a cancer. They can destroy the whole operation. One person, right? Because the Dusty will come in and then start spreading rumors about everybody in this group that you created. And it's very dangerous. And now everybody's fighting over nothing because that one negative person didn't belong in this unit of positivity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So
yep, I'm listening.
how has that happened to your group or your situation, and how did you fix it?
I've been doing this for a long time. So at first we did have a couple of cancers. How did I fix it? It was really vetting everybody and watching their character, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the minute you did one Dusty move, I kicked you out. Back in the day, I would let little things slide, right? Like gossip. Now, if you bring any gossip to me about anybody else, I'll just cut you off,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's little stuff like that.
I think that's a Pisces thing too. They'll never see me or hear from me again.
Yeah, because
Period.
I see the damage that one person can do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like with the whole magic ritual to rebuke the dust or to get rid of dust or people that are envious or jealous of you, I feel like once you do that, like you said, you can't let them back in. You can't introduce yourself to new dust.
Mm-mm.
You got to stay out of dusty environments. You got to get to the wealthy areas, or you got to build yourself up to where your area feels wealthy. You got to listen to music that reflects wealth, all of that. Like bring your vibe all the way up with as much as you can. Wear things that make you feel like, you got what you need. You got
Mm-hmm.
more abundance. So
Right.
surround yourself with things that make you feel and vibrate on a frequency of wealth.
I would tell my students, uh, go to uh, your favorite wealthy neighborhood at least once a week
Mm-hmm.
and be there. Right? If you can afford to book a hotel in that area at least once a week, just hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
At least once a week. If you could do it every day, that's even better. But because you need the frequency of wealth to actually touch your aura. That's part of magic.
That's why I always tell people on my other channel, go to the wealthy side of town, go talk to people that got money, get in their face.
One of the magical or metaphysical secrets with the wealthy side of town is the way that the buildings are formed and the structures of the building.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of pyramid buildings. You got certain shapes that pull in money because currency is electricity, and these things are a conductor of current, literally currency. This is why wealthy people live where they live,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then there's another science called ley lines
Mm-hmm.
that under the ground there's electricity that are where these buildings are, right?
Yep.
The minute you walk to a wealthy neighborhood, you can feel it. So why not stay there so you can become the osmosis can occur with your
Mm-hmm.
aura in that neighborhood.
Yep.
It's just it's science.
It
And
is.
it's very effective.
Mm-hmm. And what you know, if you okay, let me ask you a question. Um, you know how when some areas that are really poor become gentrified and totally redone, it looks totally different. The landscaping is totally different. The structure of the buildings, the way the buildings even face are totally different. That's so true because when people come in that actually have money and they want to transmute that area of poverty into an area of wealth, and also I know this is like, controversial, but they literally make money off of doing that. I mean, if people start to get money, they should definitely, like you say, buy back the block and get their money up.
Yeah, right. But even with that whole process, right? The first thing of like gentrifying a neighborhood is kicking the people that are already there out. Then
Hmm.
things change.
Right.
Yeah,
Someone is asking, Madison's asking, do you have any stories about people that have leveled up because you challenged their broke way of life? Yes,
yeah.
me. But I'm gonna
Count,
let you take yours because y'all hear mine every day.
countless stories. I'm very hard on. I'm not associating with people that have a broke way of life, so they hear it from me directly. Get your
Mhm,
money up. Or I'm cutting you off.
mhm.
Right? Stop listening to this ratchet music. Or I'm cutting you off. Stop watching this on your timeline. Or the things that people post. If you post too much negativity, and I see it, I'll tell you once or twice. If you continue, I'll just block you
Yep,
because you're entertaining negativity. That's brokenness.
true.
Mhm.
Okay, so Jenny asks, what spells or incantations and physical actual things can we put into use for this? They said we're being vague. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Well, I mean, I told y'all, the music, affirmations, positive affirmation music, right?
Okay. So
Um,
the music that makes you feel like you about to get your money, about to get some money, have money, rich music. It could be whatever makes you feel abundant.
any type of I'm getting money music will do. It could be rap, it don't matter.
Okay.
It's an affirmation, it's a vibration. I'm getting money.
Mhm.
So
What about
that's a ritual.
carrying money? Like,
Oh yeah, I did a whole thing on that. Uh I like to keep a lot of cash around. Not because I'm going to spend it, it's because of the frequency. I need the cash. I need the dollars. So I got cash under my pillow, under the bed, in my wallet. I money has to move, and I have to touch it, right? I have to do a lot of activities with it, right? I like to put money into the bank. I like to take it out. I like to do that once a day, ritualistically, because it keeps my money flowing. Right? That's the energetic of what we call cash flow. So that's another ritual.
right. Of course, like if you don't have no cash, use a blank check and write in what you want, like baby saying, like
Mhm.
forever. Use blank check. If you don't have cash, if y'all still have checks, that's old school.
Um, the relationship with money is actually a spiritual relationship. So I like to take my time and fold my dollars and stuff like that. Me and money have a relationship. Pisces, we're kind of natural at having a relationship with money because we're water signs.
Hmm.
But people should work on their relationship with money and also kind of see where your relationship with money is, right? So I do readings and stuff like that for stuff like that. But a lot of people don't realize that money is kind of like an entity that you have to have a relationship with this energy called money. And when people realize that, their money increases because now you're giving money and energy. But the brokies like to teach something. They like to say that the money is evil, or they like to say that money is the root of all evil. These are broke concepts.
Yep. That's because they don't have it. If they had it, they wouldn't think it was even no more.
There's people that are broke, hoping for the dollar to crash. Now, if they had money, they wouldn't be talking about that.
Do you know how many readings I used to do back in the day for these dusties that was asking me when the market and the dollar was going to crash? They was paying me money to tell them when. I'm like, never.
I've been hearing since 1999 that the dollar was going to crash. It is now 2024. The dollar is alive and kicking. We don't want the dollar to crash if we got money. So brokies come up with entire lectures. The dollar's going to crash one day. When? Right?
I don't think Elon Musk thinks so.
Right. So that's another thing. If you are entertaining the concepts that the dollar's going to crash, these are broke concepts. You're not going to make money because money, like I said, it's a spiritual energy. It can listen, it can see what you're entertaining. So money will go, oh, well, I don't want to be next to you. You think I'm gonna crash? You have to invite money, and you got to be real consistent with it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Okay, so what do you say to people that's been brainwashed to think having money is not good and it's not everything and it's not this and that, and they're taught the opposite of what you're teaching? Like, what do you say to those people? How can they wake up?
Well, one, you would kind of challenge them to rethink about what they're saying and ask them, when is the last time that they felt financially secure? I promise you, anybody entertaining that is having a hard time for as long as they've been entertaining that. Right? I've never heard someone financially stable, not even well off, I'm talking about stable, talk like that. I've never heard it. So that's what I would say. I'll ask them, when was the last time that you felt financially secure?
Exactly.
And I guarantee you, it will match up with the time that they started entertaining that money's the root of all evil.
Okay. What do you think about like religious people that say money is not important, Jesus is the only way to heaven? Because somebody's saying that in the comments.
I want to know if their pastor who has wealth thinks the same thing.
You know, the building fund.
Yeah.
They be trying.
I want to know what's your pastor's salary?
Exactly. What kind of car he drives?
Yeah.
Period.
That's the first thing I'm gonna ask. What's the pastor's salary? Because this is the head of the church. So if he's,
what's the Vatican looking like? They wearing gold?
Yeah. What's the Vatican looking like?
The Pope wearing? What he flexing?
Right? And the Jesuit priests, if they got money, I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. Pope got his own Pope mobile. What you talking about?
The Pope he got his own security, Pope mobile.
Okay. So Denise says, got chills hearing this. You went from living with a rich neighborhood and recently bought a home in a poor area. Oh no. Been struggling financially since closing Thursday to sell this home. Good for you, man. Don't buy no hood houses.
Yeah, get out of there.
Don't do that.
No.
Girl, buy one of them Tesla houses or them pod houses and stick it somewhere decent or something. Don't put it in. Don't go back. Don't go backwards.
Poverty is a form of imprisonment, energetically.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are broke, and some people may be broke for their entire lifetime. We don't know what they did karmically. We don't know what they did. For anybody who believes in past lives, 100 years ago, right? We don't want to be in that. We don't want to entertain that, and we don't. Some people you cannot help. So I like to, when I see something like that, I like to stay away from it because I don't want my energy being brought down.
Right. I put your name up on the screen because someone was asking. Who is this man speaking? You can find all his information and links in the description bar. The Occult College on YouTube is his YouTube channel, and he also has a website that's also linked where you can contact him and a number.
You could
So all
text
that.
me.
I don't know if that link. I think I used the same link as last time. Just go type in the Occult College with the K if you're looking for his YouTube, and I'm gonna fix it later. I accidentally copied and pasted the old one, but the Etsy store is there because you also sell these magical enchanted oud fragrances
Yeah.
that also attract money.
And y'all can text me. I'm gonna just put my number out here. 917-605-1469. Don't try to holler.
Don't be a pygmy in them texts.
Right. All right.
That's the number. I put it in for you.
All right. Thank you.
So what about something physically you can intake that raises your frequency of money? Like, what can you drink or eat? I know you know some of this.
SHERA want me to give up the game. I'm gonna give up the game. Okay, so remember, money is electricity, right? So there's something that we call electrical foods, right? Electrical superfoods, acai berries, electric, blue-green algae, electric, all algae, electric.
No wonder I'm getting paid.
Anything considered an electrical food will move your electricity, your chi, your life force, which is also Shakti, is Kundalini, right? That is money, right?
You know, I did a video on this a long time ago. You know, the ancient Sumerian carvings where they were bringing this plant out of the ocean and they had it in like this cloche, this like glass cloche, and they were like dressed up in like fish outfits or whatever. And the plants had little bulbs on it. Like, I kind of looked at it, it looked like kelp.
Mhm.
So the kelp, seaweed, algae, all of those kind of things. They've made capsules for that you can take spirulina, all that. Use kelp and all that kind of stuff on my face and my facial products as well. And I take those supplements and go to the ocean and all that kind of stuff. And that's literally going to help you because, like you said, it is electric, and your vibe, your aura will be raised. A lot of people that's just down in the dumps and sad. I always tell them, go to the ocean and get you some spirulina and some and you know, get your vitamins and your minerals up.
SHERA knows the secrets. No, but seriously, like especially the algae, because this is a water energetic, and it's an electrical food. But because it's a water energetic, money's water, right? Money is electricity and is water. That's why the richest sign of the zodiac is always going to be the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, because we're water elements. So SHERA's all the way right. Yep.
Okay, Nina said she got 30K bonus last month and got she only got 5 to 10K in the past, and got rid of a hater friend 2 months ago and set some intention. So she got rid of her hater brokey friend, and her money went up ×3 or more.
That is just how much one broke person can mess your money up. That I see what she just said. I've heard this a couple hundred times already. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people who they got that one friend, right? It's like, well, I grew up with this person since childhood. I don't want to cut them off. Or you're not going to be able to buy that penthouse. You got a choice. You want to be compassionate, or do you want to move into a giant home? It's time to cut them off. They can't come with you for this ride.
Yep. And a lot of times people don't realize that, but when they do, you know, when you know what the problem is, you know, you can strategically plan around it strategically put yourself in different positions to avoid or to cut yourself off from their energy. You know,
Yep.
a lot of people ask me, well, what if you live in the same house as someone? How do you avoid their energy? Headphones, watching your phone the whole time of something more positive, separate yourself in a whole different room, get outside and walk, ignore them as much as possible until you can get out.
It's a good idea to get a singing bowl, right? So, like, say you live with someone or whatever. Some people are roommates, right? Get a singing bowl, close your door, play that thing. 30 minutes a day to keep that you encapsulated in that frequency, and whatever's going on with your roommates or whatever, it's not affecting you, right? Also, I got amulets for things like that, right? Protective amulets that keep money on you, right? Keep it's there's things that you put in your wallet that'll keep the frequency of money on
Mm-hmm. I have my little ways too. I got my little stuff, but and it works. So, whatever amulets or things that you have to keep money on you, it definitely works.
you.
It
Right.
works for me. It works.
Exactly. This is one of the things. I got these gold dollar bills that you keep it in your wallet. You fold it and keep it in your wallet, and it
Mhm.
keeps the money frequency on you. This is for a lot of people living with roommates.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Somebody was asking me the other day, can you attract a specific man in your life? Can you attract a specific man? And I was like, well, I'm trying to attract specific currency, but the only man I'm trying to attract right now is Benjamin. Benjamin Franklin. So yes, you can.
Mm,
Can attract a specific man as long as it's tied to some current currency that you can get.
right.
Okay,
Right.
Benjamin.
Yep. You stay on the money frequency, the frequency will follow you. And all the men with money, they'll just come around. You don't gotta look for them. You attract them because
Gold
it's
diggers
frequency.
always around money. Gold
Right,
diggers always around
right.
money. They
Because
always.
that's yeah, and then there's little tricks to the trade. So like, we were talking about going to the wealthy neighborhoods. Ain't no brokies over there.
Yes, they work over there, and they not there all the time. They're not
Yeah,
there.
they're not there all the time.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
So okay. So what do you say to somebody? Because people ask me this all the time. What if you can't get to the rich side of town? What can you do instead? Because there's some people that don't have no transportation. Some people that can't get over there. Some people that's working all day and all night. How do they feel that frequency?
There are like the YouTube channels where they're showing the $1 million homes and they take you inside a tour of the home. You want to binge watch that stuff. It is very good meditation,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Agree.
That is like, it works. So if you can't travel, YouTube, richest homes in Texas, and just keep watching. Because guess what? Your mind is entertaining those visuals and that frequency, and those 40,000, 45,000 thoughts that you think per day are starting to mesh into that. Now
Mm-hmm.
you're attracting a certain energetic. A month later, you're gonna be able to afford to go to the rich part of town.
Mm-hmm. Because when you look at those houses, you can even go on like
Yeah.
one of the websites to look at houses.
Yep.
You look at houses, your brain, like you said, is gonna start to turn and see how you can afford it, to see what moves
Yes.
you can make to get there.
Yes.
And that's how it starts.
Right. Thoughts, according to science, carry light, and thoughts have weight.
Yep.
Thoughts actually have weight. So what we watch is helping our thoughts to put out very strong vibrations.
And I'm gonna tell y'all a little one of my techniques, or just a technique, period. Some of y'all will see these giant houses and don't think you can afford them, but they have this little calculator where you can put in how much of a down payment you can put down and how much you can pay a month and blah 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 blah. It starts to look better and more attainable when you break it down. You know, and then your mind can start to think on that level. If you can't think on the higher level, you break it down and build up, because a lot of times people don't realize they can afford something. They just assume that they can't, but you really
Right.
can. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and also, some people are like, okay, well, I just don't have enough time. Time is the issue. You got enough money to buy you some time.
Yeah.
Okay, people don't realize how much it costs to hire a cleaning service. It's not that expensive. People just
Mhm.
assume it's expensive. They don't check prices. They don't go online and look. They just assume, oh, people that have cleaning services are maids, are rich, and I can't afford that. It's
Oh no,
literally,
yeah.
it costs less than going out to dinner.
Very, very, very affordable. Yep. I remember
Oh,
when I got into the cleaning service stuff, like I ain't never go back.
mm-hmm.
But it's very, very affordable. But this is stuff that people with money do that broke people don't even think of.
Yes, a broke
Mm-hmm.
person will spend hours cleaning something, wasting valuable
Yep.
time.
Wasting valuable time.
They
Right.
could be using to get money
Yep.
instead of paying somebody the cost of what
So
it costs to go out to dinner
yeah, so
to come do what they got to do.
so the broke person's mentality, I'm gonna clean all day. Now I'm stressed. Person with money, oh, I'll just hire somebody to clean for me. They can just kick back. Now your home is gonna be clean. The process of your home being clean, you enjoying that. Brokenness is a lot of it is mentality.
Mm-hmm.
80% mental.
True. And if you live in a small place like an apartment, it's even cheaper. And you can feel the luxury of having someone clean your home and relax and enjoy it, light you a nice candle and sit back and look on YouTube or look on hard.com or whatnot and look at them houses. And that's how you can do it. Because a lot of people over here stressing, scrubbing toilets, bad because they got to get up for work, trying to cook 5 meals. Okay, you could go, you don't have to do it all. You can, they say, throw money at your problems, even if it's just a little bit,
Yeah.
And you will free yourself up to think and to vibrate on a higher frequency.
And once you practice what she just said, you start to understand that, okay, this is a lifestyle. And everything you do is ritual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So throwing money at your problems, remember, money has to move. It's flow, it's cash flow, it has to flow,
Mm-hmm.
right? Paying someone to clean your home. Now you in that ritual, it's going to be very hard for money not to allow you to be able to do that.
Yep, because you're gonna
Right?
get used to it and you ain't
Yeah,
gonna want to go backwards.
yeah,
You're gonna
yeah,
try to get money.
yeah. You'll get used to it, and then now because it became such a ritual, you'll be like, I don't remember the last time I cleaned my house.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be like, well, I can't mess with that dude because he too broke and he don't, I can't do that, or I can't deal with that type of person. They have a broke mindset. I'm used to getting stuff done this and that way. I'm too bougie now. And it's not really being bougie, it's just a lifestyle change. It's
Yep.
just a frequency change. It's
Yep.
standard.
It is all ritual, and if you're around people who don't understand this, it's not going to click because now they're doing opposite things than you.
Mm-hmm.
When all of your friends can say, "Yeah, I'm hiring a cleaner too. Or I got a cleaning service as well," and then now this lifestyle is normalized.
Right. So let's say you want to go out to brunch or, lunch with your friend and they say, girl, I got to do laundry. I got to wash. I got to clean. I got to, da, 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 da. I can't go to lunch. I can't go to brunch. Yes, you can. Take half of that brunch money, pay a maid and, go somewhere that you can afford to eat at and split it up or do something.
Yeah,
But
because
you don't have to do all that.
right, because if you tell me that you can't go to brunch, I'm going to threaten you twice that I'm gonna cut you off. You got 21 days to get it together.
Mm-hmm. Pay your kids to do it or something.
Yep.
Something. But you got to free yourself. You got to free your time. The whole thing about money is freeing up your time to do what you want. That's the real wealth.
Yes. And once you get there, you will not go backwards.
Mm-mm.
It feels too good. Now
Mm-hmm.
you can actually enjoy life.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people are in that rat race where they feel like their life is the same every day, in that Groundhog Day, that they get up, go to work, come home, cook, eat, clean, go do the same thing over again. I don't know how many people are feeling that, but that's not how you live. That is not literally, that's not enjoying life. Could you imagine waking up every day and doing whatever you choose to do besides the things that you got to do, like maybe for 10 to 20 minutes a day? Could you imagine waking up with total freedom?
Yeah,
That's
you know, I always forget what day of the week it is. Anybody that asks me, what day of it? I'll be like, I don't remember. Or the date, because
Mhm.
I haven't had a job in a long time.
Exactly. You just be like, oh, whatever my to-do list or calendar blings, that's what I'm supposed to be. Okay, I gotta go get my facial today. Okay, I need to go do that.
You know, if I had to get a job, I probably would have a mental breakdown because my brain wouldn't understand the concept because I'm so far removed
Mm-hmm.
from that, and I kind of have somewhat of a passion to inspire others that they can do the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very tangible. It's realistic. This is you could do this, but you got to apply the techniques,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to be very strict with the techniques that we're giving out here.
Yeah, you gotta be disciplined too.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like people, I don't even have to be disciplined. I chose to be disciplined. Like because I'm married. So I don't have to work. I don't have to get no type of money. But because I can and I have the ability to, I do. And I have discipline because I want it. I don't need it. I want it. You know why? So like for example, I'm not sitting here smoking weed, getting drunk every night, dreading the next day. I don't do those type of things because I'm disciplined. Every morning I make up my bed because I heard you 2,000 more times to become a millionaire. If you get up in the morning and make up your bed, you're more productive. So I do those things just because I can. I got the time, I got the freedom. I can get drunk anytime. I could go, do this anytime, but it gets old and boring. So I think people use drinks, drugs, alcohol to escape from the life that they don't like. I already have a life that I love, so I don't have to escape. And I think a lot of people's problem with fear and money also their habits of
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
escape with money.
yeah. Discipline is very important because
Yeah,
that whole angle of like addictions and drugs and stuff like that'll just send you down fast. Yeah.
yep. So discipline yourself. I think people need to discipline themselves and stop trying to escape and instead make the life the type of life you want to live that you don't need to escape from. People always ask me, how come you're not going on over here and going on vacation? Every day is a vacation for me. I can do whatever I want when I want. So,
Right.
when you think about it like that, people get 2 weeks out of a year to go travel somewhere and then come right back to a life that they don't even really feel like, you know, free.
Yeah, that sounds crazy to me. That's not that's not it.
Mm-mm.
Those 7 to 10 days or whatever that you get to go travel, that's not a vacation. That's one,
Mhm.
right? Because a vacation is to me, that's a month. I usually take like a month off. And or I can like go on vacation every other month if I want to. But
Mhm.
I'll take like 30 days and really get my chill on,
Mhm.
right? That 2 weeks is no, it ain't worth it.
Yep. And then you try to squeeze all the
In two
entertainment
weeks.
in 2 weeks. No, live each day like it's a
Because
vacation.
it takes about 5, 6 days to actually settle down and relax.
Mhm.
So by the time it's time to come back from that 2 weeks, you actually just started to begin to relax.
Yep.
So that's something that I want y'all to think about for y'all who got those jobs where they throw those 2-week vacations in your face. That's
Hmm.
not it.
So this is the mindset that I want to help people understand. Like, some people tell me, oh, well, I'm not cut out for entrepreneurship, or it's too much to have a business. I'd rather just work and get a paycheck. What do you say to those type of people?
You rather slave your energy for someone else to get not even a fraction of what you're making them.
Exactly.
That sounds crazy.
Once you start your own business, you're going to be mad at yourself for ever working for anybody
Oh yeah,
else.
yeah, you're gonna be so bad.
Mad. You'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, I was being
And
taken
and
advantage of.
and then people have this false idea of something called job security. You know how many people lost their job during COVID? They thought they had job security, right? Entrepreneurs, yes, we have to make it happen, right? But we have way more security than that person who can get fired for nothing.
Exactly. Because we know how to get it,
Yeah,
no matter what.
right? The economy will always change, right? You don't know when there'll be a recession. A lot of people get laid off, let go, fired, whatever. Company changes. That's not job security. There's no job security. The most secure person in business is the entrepreneur. So
Mm-hmm.
you might as well be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell y'all, if you work 1 year for a company, you're going to make the same salary. You might get a little raise, but it's barely anything. But if you work 1 year for yourself, you get all the profits. If you don't have employees, you get all the profits. Or you get all the profits minus what you pay your employee and whatever you pay in taxes. Not just a salary, but you get a salary and the profits.
Right. If you
So
work for someone, not only you're getting pennies, plus they're taking taxes. No, that's not it. That's not it.
it's literally like making $2,000 a month versus $30,000 a month.
Literally.
You earning them $40,000 a month, and you only getting paid $2,000.
And y'all are working harder than us.
Mm-hmm. So the whole point is become your own boss, get all the profit,
Yeah,
get
you
have several streams of income, and you never have to worry about it again. It's not hard with the internet. I promise you.
right. You're spending 40, 50 hours away from your family.
Mm-hmm.
When if you're the boss, your children or whatever can be around you because you're the boss. You can do what you want.
Mm-hmm. And when you tell people this, they don't believe it. They think it's a scam.
It's not a scam. It's not a scam.
A job is a scam.
And I retired two years ago, and I got bored and came right back to building business. But it's not a scam. I only retired because I believed I could. Right. A lot of this starts with believing that you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just jump out there.
Yep.
Right.
So I always tell people, just find something you're good at naturally that you do for free, and then charge for it if it's legal.
It's that simple. So I know there's a lot of people who they are really afraid to, especially people who've been working corporate for a long time. They're afraid to dive out there. And this is what we're talking about with fear. Just jump out there. Dive, take a dive, go purchase a money ritual, right? Dive. And in less than 30 days, you'll be like, yeah, this is the smartest thing I've ever done. And then, another technique, just watch success stories of entrepreneurs on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
All of them started off where you are right now, or in even more dire circumstance.
Right.
All of them.
Yes. And whatever you do for a company or other people, you can literally do for yourself. Like I don't like to use certain people as an example because, but if you own your own, you're never going to be desperate. You're never going to have to sign a contract. You're never going to have to put yourself in a situation if you own your own, you know. So a lot of people are some people are very desperate, and they'll sign a contract without reading, without caring about the consequences, without feeling trapped, because they're so desperate for that quick little, incentive, that they didn't see the big picture. If they had owned everything, they could have gotten it all.
So one of the things that I know for a fact is that corporate America will never pay you what you're actually worth, right? I know quite a few people who are CEOs. They're happy, but I know people who are like regional managers. They make a lot of money, but they are very miserable
Mm-hmm.
because it took them 20 years to get to where they are. They got the money, but they don't have a relationship with their children because they was working 50, 60 hours a day for years.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll never get paid what you're worth. You might
Exactly.
as well be an entrepreneur.
True. Like, and you're so right about, like, people that aren't in their home, but they paying for their home, but they're never in it.
Mhm.
That's not worth it.
It's not worth it,
Okay.
right?
Okay, what about knowledge rituals? Because someone's asking about knowledge rituals on how to get this money, how to keep it, because some people, they just need the information, and then they can go get it. But they need to be focused enough to, to attract the knowledge, or attract the teachers, or attract this, or attract that. So do you have a spell for knowledge, or rituals for knowledge?
There's a goddess for anybody who's into the goddess thing called Saraswati, and she's good for knowledge, right? So if you turn that into like a knowledge ritual for where to get the money, that's one. And two, just in your money ritual intentions, just just have the intention for the inspiration, the knowledge to come to you to where to get the money. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll come like that.
And I've done knowledge spells, so and I can tell you how, like, you'll start to see things differently once you do those type of rituals or have them done. It will, but it's kind of like it's going to be highlighted, or it's going to draw your attention.
Yeah,
It's going to glow or something. Like, you're going to see it.
fast. You'll
Hmm.
see it. It'll come fast. It'll play like a movie, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is it." And
Hmm.
it'll come out of nowhere. You just gotta set that intention. Mhm.
Yep. Okay. Someone's asking, which oud is money drawing?
There's a oud called Money Oud or Wealth Oud. That's another one. And which is seduction actually
Hmm.
is money drawing. Hmm.
Okay. So that's on your store. It's linked in the description bar and at the top
Yes.
permanent comments. I mean, in the top of the
Yes.
comments here live. It's also
Mhm.
in the description bar. So Oudh of Gira, Gira, on Etsy is your store. You can get the money drawing ouds, the wealth oud,
Mhm.
the
And
witch.
which is seduction.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. You just got yours. Lupita says she just got her witch's seduction yesterday. Do you like it? Smells good, don't it? Okay. Oud is the scent that gets attention of the actual deities. Super empath says. That's true, because every time I smell this, I'm looking around because they got my attention.
But at one point in history, only wealthy people could afford oud.
Really?
Right? Yeah, it all started with an oud called Royal Quinine, which was worth $15,000 a gram. And you would burn it, and it probably would last for like 10 seconds. It's $15,000 a gram. It's called Royal Quinine. And a lot of the rich Saudis would burn it for 15 seconds and bask in it. And that's one of the things that kept them wealthy.
I'm gonna get
Mhm.
me some of that. Where can I get it?
Um, I got a connection. Hit me behind closed doors.
Right. I gotta get some. I have like this little comb that you put the little oud incense in, and you turn it on, and the stuff comes out of the comb. You can you comb your hair with it. You ain't got no hair.
Oh, that is cool.
But yeah, or you take the top of the comb off and it's an incense burner, and you can just put it on your clothes. Like it's an electric, and you just waft it on your clothes and like this.
That's
But
cool. I never heard of that. Wow.
a lot of ladies use it, and they put the oud in there and burn it and comb their hair, or they put it under their clothes and get their clothes all extra with the oud as well. And then they put, their oud on top of it, so they're everywhere they walk, they smell like wealth.
Cool.
Okay, so do you sell oud incense?
Yes. You got to text me for that. You know
Okay.
what, Ashera? I have some key now. I'm going to send you some in the mail for free. I think you're going to like it. $15,000 a gram.
Okay, just send me a little pinch. That's all I need. No, thank you though. Yep. I really appreciate that. So, say it again for the people that missed it. The name of it.
KINAM. It's called Royal Keenam.
Okay, I'm gonna type it in.
I have some, but y'all gotta text me for it. It's the real deal. Royal Keenam.
Okay. You're gonna see me living extra. Watch after I get that burned. So what else can you do in your home that rebukes brokies from trying to come over your house? Because I know it's the holiday season.
It's so interesting because we skipped this, but it's burning the oud incense, because oud, it has an energy of wealth, right? It takes 150 years for oud incense to formulate as oud, and then it's prayed over wealth mantras. So burning oud, right? And if it's not going to be oud, there is really expensive rose incense. Costs like $25 for a pack. Those are really good incense to burn. What else can you do for wealth in your home? Certain color candles. Of course, we know green, but a more potent and faster money candle is the color red. Yes. Right? Also orange. Right? Orange is good too for wealth, and then gold. So burning the colors of wealth. So incense colors, right? There is also a brokenness repeller called Asafoetida. Yeah.
I'm also looking for a pen.
Asafoetida. That attacks negative energy. It gets rid of it. Sage is not good enough. Right? Sage was used originally for like Native American ceremonies and part of the cleansing, but that's not going to be enough to really kick that deep-rooted negativity out. So Asafoetida is really good incense. It's actually very affordable. It's like $3 or $4.
Okay. I'm gonna get that. That's on the list.
But the ace in the hole is the oud. There's a documentary on YouTube called Ascent from Heaven. Right, and you see the video of the billionaires basking in the oud that I'm talking about. That's the ace in the hole, not the oil, the actual oud incense.
Yeah, I buy oud incense online. It's not none of those, but it has brought the frequency of wealth up and kept a lot of brokies away. I've been using it for months, and since the summer, the early summer, maybe the spring, and you can definitely tell like the energy in the house is totally different. Mindsets are different, and it does work. That's why I probably did a video promoting some ouds that I had, but the time that you burn, and then of course as well as yours.
So we all know, that the Saudis are trillionaires,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's not one Saudi wealthy person that does not wear or burn oud.
Okay, why? What's the magic of it?
The frequency
Okay.
of oud is the highest frequency in the world for wealth, right? Um, let me see. Gold is around $60 to $90 a gram. Royal Quinam is $15,000 a gram. They say oud is the most expensive item in the entire world because of the frequency that resonates off of it. Right? Oud has a vibration, just like brokenness has a vibration. The Saudis have discovered that the highest possible vibration of wealth is oud. Right? So at the highest of the high is Kinam, and then there's the regular Argar wood. Right? Then there's everything else.
That's what they put. They put the argwood in perfumes and colognes.
Yeah, that's what's making the perfumes and colognes smell good. You know, so the perfumes, the high-end perfumes, all have a pinch of argwood in it. So the chemists will they'll mix the concoctions with whatever rose oil and things like that, and then they'll put a pinch of really expensive argwood, and then they'll sell it. They'll sell that perfume for $1,500 or $4,000. It's the tiny pinch of argwood that sets the whole thing off. So that's the secret for y'all.
And also selling it. If you want a business like you.
Yeah, that's one of the ways I got to where I'm at is selling the argwood, right? And then the oud oil. You know,
so
that's
you made a business off of selling oud that draws in wealth, brings other people wealth, and got you wealthy at the same time.
Yeah, that's how this started, you know. But it started with me becoming a connoisseur of oud and argwood. Right? So I would purchase a lot of it, like every month. And then, you know, I got kind of put onto the game. But I had a genuine spirituality with this thing. Yep.
So you invested in yourself with the
Right.
oud.
Yeah. Had no intentions of selling it. I knew what it did. I loved it. And then before you know it, I was able to sell it.
And you know, that's a good story on how people find their, you know, path to wealth. Sometimes you don't even plan it; it just happens.
Yeah.
Because of the frequency of it.
Right.
You know, that's how you just got it.
It's like the oud kind of put me on. Having a connection with it, a genuine connection. Like I said, I didn't start off like I want to sell oud. I started off like I really like this oud thing.
And you know, I was just smelling the oud that you sent me, and just by smelling this, like I could feel the frequency rise. Like my brain started going, and I just felt like, you know, it's just an instant lift. So I feel like if people don't feel their highest, definitely get oud and put a dab on, and it's gonna change everything.
I want y'all to try to argue with. So if y'all interested, just text me directly because it takes things to another level. Because the wood lifts the frequency like in 2 seconds. It's like that.
All them rich people can't be wrong.
Yeah, I mean they're not crazy. Yeah, they're not crazy.
You know, the biggest scam is people that don't believe they can get there. That's like self-defeat. Like, if I can get there.
And that's why I attack this.
They can get there.
That's why I attack this saying where they say that money is the root of all evil. Because if that's embedded in your mind, then in the back of your mind, you're like, I don't want to do the wrong thing to get money. And then now, like, everything we're talking about, you're not even going to do because you're thinking something that's false about money.
Yes. And they tell people, they tell people like, well, this isn't true. Don't believe this. Don't believe that. But guess what? If Elon Musk comes up here and says it, they're going to run and buy it. He's a trillionaire. If a Saudi trillionaire is on a sent from heaven on YouTube telling y'all this, y'all gonna go run and get it.
Right.
If people that have been, successful, highly successful, use this product and tell you that it's working, continues to, it's okay to have your doubts. Go listen to other people if you don't believe me or him.
Yeah. Just watch it sent from heaven.
We like Elon Musk. We want to free y'all from the 9 to 5.
Right.
Because we're free.
Right.
People mad and jealous because they got to clock in every day. Well, we trying to get y'all free.
Yeah, like how are some of you going to be in happy relationships if you're working 60 hours a week? You don't have time to spend with the person that you love.
Exactly. You don't have time to do anything but work and be mad.
Work, be mad, get cheated on.
Yeah, so if someone can tell you a little secret here and a little secret there, and we ain't charging you to tell you because we know you ain't got it, be happy about it. Because we could be charging for this information.
Indeed.
Sprinkle. I will. But I think we're in an era of technology, of knowledge, where all that stuff, it's time for people to learn it so they can free themselves, so they can get out of the pettiness, the jealousy, the anger, and the low frequencies and rise up to where they're supposed to be. There's no sense of you being born if all you're going to do is work, be mad, and hate on everybody. That's not a life.
You're wasting a life. You're wasting your incarnation.
Exactly. What do you do every day? What you do every day, man? What you do every day, sir? Go to work, be mad, and hate on people? Well, that sounds great. No, it don't.
And for anyone who's afraid, I'm going to tell y'all right now that like you don't want to wait until it's too late. If you want something to be afraid of, just talk to an older person in a nursing home that worked for 60 years straight and wishes that they started their own business.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest wake-up call.
And
there's a lot of them in there.
You can leave your business to your kids. You can't leave no job.
Yeah. Right. So if you love your children, then become an entrepreneur and leave them something, legacy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to work for Walmart for 20 years and then
leave them a Walmart.
My mom was a great Walmart greeter.
They're going to inherit that blue vest. That's it.
That's another thing about becoming an entrepreneur. You can leave your children your business and as much of it as you want to. And then now you got a family legacy, a lineage. Mm-hmm. That's the best thing about having a business.
Yep.
Is that you are going to be able to pass it down how you want to pass it down. Nothing can get in the way of that. Nothing can challenge you with that.
Nope. And, if your kids want to change the business, they got the money. They can sell it. They can revamp it. They can change it into whatever they want and be free just as well. You don't have to travel in the same footsteps, but they will have something to work with.
And they will know from you to become an entrepreneur. So even if it's not that business that you left them, they're going to know, well, I'm going to sell this business, but I'm going to have my own business this way. Anything but that 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm. So when you talk to people, you can, like, I think you were telling me this the last video, you could automatically tell when someone is broke by their conversation. Tell us about that.
Okay. if I ask, what did you do today? How was your day?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna listen to the first thing you tell me. If you say, hey, you know, I had a productive day. I read this book, it was a good book, and then look, I got this business idea that I've been working on that I already know I could work with you. But if you tell me, yeah, you know, I got a fight into with my baby daddy, and that, nah, you don't get it. I'm just gonna ask. This is the first question. How was your day? Because even when I have a day that's more stressful, I can't entertain negativity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I give you an example. My car was broken into a month ago, and my window was broke. I got it fixed, and I didn't really care because I got a brand new window,
Mm-hmm.
right? I went to get me some good food while in the process. But a negative person, from that whole situation is negative.
Right.
So I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna ask you what you did today.
That's a good way. Yes. Or if you want to really dig deep and find out if they really, really broke, you ask them a question about their current situation, whatever it may be, and see if they go into excuse making or if they are talking about it in a way that's solution oriented or positive, you know, about the future.
Right. Or ask them what they think about somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if they are hating, they broke.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically.
Yep. I think people that talk about other people,
Yeah.
don't have no money to talk about.
Right. Right.
Because I'm talking about money all the
Just
time. Like,
all you gotta do is listen. You
I'm talking
just
about
gotta
the only one.
just listen. And you know, that's what I like to do. I like to listen, and then I like to check it off. Okay, gossip, check. Negativity, check. Because it's like a list of things that it says broke.
Yes. And who wants to go back to brokenness? Nobody wants to be broke. So they don't entertain gossipers, people that want to talk about other people. They don't entertain that. It's low level. It's like low class, low level is ratchet. And only broke people sit around and talk about other people because they don't have no business and no money to talk about.
I also pay attention to your level of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So gluttony is a broke energy.
Okay.
It's a parasitic broke energy.
So like overeating, and taking more because it's a feeling of lack.
Right. So that's another red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm wealthy does not mean that I should be overeating.
Right.
It's a red flag. It's a strong red flag.
It's a compensation because
Right.
like my weight sometimes fluctuates, and I'm just because I be eating with my kids and they got a different metabolism. But
Yeah.
when you like before I had kids, like, you know, it was more stable because I wasn't feeling like, you know, this or that, because I had everything I needed and I had everything I wanted and I was focused on this and that. But when you overindulge in anything, drugs, food, alcohol, whatever, it's a feeling of lack, or you're
Yes.
trying to escape the frequency that you're on at that moment.
Right. Wealthy people, they're very disciplined with their schedule. Right. So there's people, hey, I gotta go to bed by 11 p.m. Right. Another thing that I admire about most really wealthy people is they wake up very early. Not because they gotta clock in, but because they are choosing to set their day and they taking that me time for themselves at 4 or 5 in the morning. And they're putting their schedule in order. So I listen to when someone's like, okay, I gotta go because I gotta get to bed by this time because I gotta wake up early because I gotta do some things with my schedule. I listen to things like that. So,
Yep.
I just like to listen because wealth is it's a consistent, very consistent language. And you got to be able to know that language. Study what someone says. Because everybody who has they speak a very similar language.
That's true. And if you hang around someone that has a lot of money and you see their habits, their priorities, and how they discipline themselves, you're going to see why they are wealthy. And then you get to implement some of those same habits and disciplines into your schedule. And you're going to see yourself grow more wealthy because of just a few little things that someone taught you just by example. That's why you get around wealthy people, rich people, you're going to start to pick up on some of those habits. Just like if you get around broke people, you're going to pick up broke habits, and
Yes.
see stuff
Right.
get worse. So get
Right.
around people with money.
So study people, right? That's one of the things about Napoleon Hill. He spent a large portion of his life studying people, and he came up with these conclusions about wealth through him having the time to actually study people.
Mhm.
Yep.
And once upon a time, when we weren't as profitable and wealthy as we are now, what were we studying?
Right.
Money, wealth,
Money.
how to get money, business. We was discipline. And after you see it pay off, you said that wasn't that hard.
You I like that you said that, right? Because when you brought out the Napoleon Hill book, right? I'm like, oh yeah, right? Don't just read the book. Take your time and ponder on what he's saying. Take your time. Read it like it's an occult manuscript.
That's how I read it.
It is that good
Even the first word telling you.
to think,
That means
right?
your frequency, your brain waves, your frequency.
Napoleon Hill had a lot of respect of a lot of people in society, right? He didn't just write a book just to write a book. Like, uh, he was a very prominent person, very well educated,
Mm-hmm.
and a very good conversationalist. Yeah, I studied Napoleon Hill pretty heavy,
I'm
and
gonna read.
that's one of the reasons we here now.
Yep, because I read this book.
That's
Not
a
This
fact.
is the only reason, but this part of it, I'm telling you,
Mhm.
because I did read this like an occult manual. Because
Yeah,
you have to read between the lines.
a lot of secrets in there. A lot
Mhm.
of secrets. A lot of real psychology, like very applicable stuff. Mhm.
Okay, it says, what all who seek riches must recognize and adapt themselves to is the system that controls all approaches to fortunes, large or small. So, what systems controls or approaches fortune? The systems. It says the present side of the picture opposite that being okay, no. But basically, okay, so the systems that control money and fortunes. Those are changing now. It's technology. Back then it was something else. It was like manufacturing, cars and stuff, and oil, and now it's something else.
Now it's Silicon Valley,
Yeah, it's
right?
technology.
Now it's AI. So
Hmm.
because it is changing, everyone listening to this have the opportunity to become the new face of old money because all the old stuff is outdated now.
Yep.
Now everybody have an opportunity to become a billionaire.
Yep.
The systems are changing.
And you have access. Everyone has access to it.
Yeah.
Everyone got access to AI. Everyone has access to the internet.
So if there was there's not a better time to jump out there and become an entrepreneur.
Yep.
Don't miss the mark.
Nope. because if you can sit there and scroll on TikTok or Instagram all day, you can sit there and scroll and get money too. Because of the technology, because of the tools that are available if you just research and figure out, how do I make money on social media? The simplest things that you already have what you need to make money on social media. I promise you. If you've purchased anything on Amazon, TikTok in the last month, you have a way to make money online. Let me tell you how, because I'm gonna help y'all a little bit. So, let's say you bought this book on Amazon, or let's say you bought it. Let's say you bought a phone case on TikTok Shop. So some of y'all are more familiar with that, and you got a phone case. People say, "Oh, you like this phone case? Oh yeah, I love that. Where did you get it?" All you got to do is go on TikTok, scroll through, click where you bought the phone case, and all you got to do is click a button to put the link on your video and start talking about your phone case. And people that like it gonna click on it, and you get a percentage of each sale. It's that easy.
That's how most of the big YouTubers are making their money, affiliate marketing. It works
Affiliate marketing.
very well.
You already got the stuff. You ain't got to invest. You ain't got to buy nothing. You already got the phone case. You already have the perfume, because that's what I just did. I made a whole video on TikTok with all my favorite perfumes that I've had or just bought or whatever. And you can make your money right back on it, plus some extra.
And you don't have to do any shipping.
No shipping.
And that money's going right to your account.
Making money in your sleep while your video's still rolling.
You don't got to deal with customer service.
Exactly. We got on YouTube a long time ago. All my old videos, all your old videos, they still making money.
They're still making money. Yep.
So find out how to make money in your sleep.
Yeah. Cause I did over 1,500 videos on my channel.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's why I retired 2 years ago, because every day something is coming in from them videos.
Yep. And okay, so people make fun of me. They say, "Oh, you post like an auntie. You post like an old person on Instagram and YouTube." But ma'am, I get paid like an old person too. Sprinkle.
Yeah, that's it. I don't even use social media for anything else other than money.
Every time I post, I'm getting paid. I don't have to post aesthetic pictures.
Right. Yeah.
My Instagram ain't got the match colors. It's got to get paid.
Yeah, so
like an auntie.
so a lot, the way I approach social media is my real friends, they're in real life. I don't have any friends on social media. Like, if I know you, I'm not even going to message you on there. I'm going to call you directly. So if I'm on social media, I'm working.
Right.
I post and then I log out. I log off.
Exactly. So, it's so easy. If you worried about what other people think of you, if you at a low vibration, worry about what your kids gonna think of you, and if you broke or not and can afford the stuff that they ask you for. Okay, don't worry about what people saying about you online. Get your money, ma'am.
Get your bag, because it matters not what anybody's saying about you online.
Exactly. Inner Muse Mystic says she made $10,000 on Facebook. Get paid.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, I get paid by Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Patreon, Amazon.
Team No Dusties.
Exactly. So most of y'all are posting for free and just playing online.
Yep. I never understood that.
Etsy. So most of y'all are playing online for free when y'all could be getting paid. Money is right at your fingertips. You just have to do the research. What? And if you can't figure it out, if you don't have the attention span, get you one of these spells.
Right.
That
Get
will
that
help.
magic.
Some of y'all all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Get your focus. Get you a spell to focus.
Focus spell.
Hocus focus.
Because of the internet, there's too much money moving around for you not to just literally snatch it out of the sky. That's what me and the SHERA do. We just pull it right from the sky, from the ethers, the internet.
Yes, it's literally the plasma, ethers, frequency wires, all that stuff just going around is just there for the taking, and y'all ain't taking it.
Yeah, snatch it.
So y'all got people who spend 8 hours plus a day at work. Then they come home, get on their phone or their internet and scroll. And then they go and do it all again. You don't, if you figure out how to make money online,
that's a waste of a lot of energy. I know a lot of the times when I'm out, my girlfriend doesn't like it all the time, but I'm like in my phone, and she be like, "You always in your phone?" I'll be like, "I'm working."
That's what I tell you.
The money that I spent on the food, I made back by the time we're done eating.
People used to make money. Yes. If I'm on my phone, I'm getting paid. Period.
Yeah, when I'm on my phone, I'm working.
Yes.
There's no posting and watching silly Instagram videos. No. If I'm on my phone, I'm working.
So, a lot of people, they know all this. They know all the latest gossip. They know all the latest posts by this celebrity and that celebrity. Da, 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 da. They be on the phone longer than I am. I know how much money I just made. I know how much money is being deposited into my bank account from all these meta, places. That's what I know.
Right.
So that's what y'all got to get to that level.
And this is why I would say unfriend the brokies ASAP, because the brokies is on your timeline posting celebrity gossip. But remember, one of the attributes of brokenness is gossip. So now you just entertain that, and then you started binge watching a bunch of gossip.
Yeah,
that's what's messing your money up. So block, unfriend, or unfollow.
I have positive quotes, money quotes and stuff. And when I see it, it just reminds me, go get some more money.
Yeah.
So, just change your social media, change who you follow.
Yes.
That's going to make it even better.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, what do you have to tell people that just don't believe nothing? They're very negative. I know you don't talk to them people, but if you had to put a post out for them to read it where you don't have to interact with them at all, what would you post for them to read? Some inspo.
Am I inspiring them to change?
You're just putting a message out there for whoever come upon it.
I would tell them to do ayahuasca or something.
Okay, why? Explain.
It would destroy their ego, and they would be forced to rethink life, and all of their fears would come to the forefront. So because that person is so stuck, I don't believe there's anything you could tell that person. So if anybody who ever done like plant medicine or like even like high doses of mushrooms, it will really completely reshape how you are looking at life. Right? Because there's certain people that are so stuck, like that. I don't even believe what you post can even inspire them to change. It's like they're locked into that. And
Mhm.
because of social media, there's this thing called like trauma bonding, where the negative people form groups, and then now the way they're thinking is even more reinforced. So
Mhm.
either I would inspire people to go take some plant medicine, or sometimes fasting for 2 or 3 days might shift that person's thought, or someone like doing like a really strong detox,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, my Etsy elixirs help
Mm,
with that process of getting out in front of, getting out of the way of yourself. It's
okay.
uh there is gold, nanoparticles that lift your frequency. It works with your electricity to bring you on a higher plane.
Wow. Okay.
You're getting, elements in your bloodstream that literally lift your frequency to a higher frequency. And you said gold is
Yeah.
one of the wealth attracting, you know, electrical things that you can ingest. And I've been selling that for over 10 years. Gold, platinum,
Wow.
different
That
minerals and stuff like that that will heighten your frequency. But
that
go ahead.
that makes a lot of sense, because like that. I feel like maybe the route is through what you have them ingest.
Mm,
Now a change can occur.
yes, because you are now vibrating on a frequency that you haven't vibrated on before, and you start to see things that you've never noticed before because now you're higher. You're high up. You can see from
Right.
the bird's eye instead of from the hole.
Yeah, because like what you asked me, I think you're talking about like someone who's like a pessimistic person.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that they see is negative.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter what you tell them, but I feel like what you're talking about, like the elixir, yeah, because now they ingest it. Now there's a change that can occur in the cellular level, and that's
Right.
going to affect how they're thinking.
And yes, and I have the link in the description. Just scroll down until you see my Etsy store, or you can go to my Etsy store called Dark Realm. But definitely it's going to shift your frequency, like the oud, like the scent that you. So if you combine all of it, you combine the oud, the
Right.
incense, the
The
elixir,
elixir.
the
Mhm.
spell work. You can't. There's nothing that's gonna
Yeah,
go.
I think that's a winning formula right there.
And no brokies, no dust.
Yeah,
Get rid
no dust. Get the dust
rebuke.
away. Rebuke the dust.
Yes, and expensive smells, expensive things rebuke dust because they know that they're not on that level. They can't even be attracted to it because they can't impress it.
Expensive clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that does?
Mm.
That it repels the dusties because they're intimidated. So now they don't want to stand next to you because you have something on that shows you're not on my level. So that's another thing. The right type of expensive clothing will do it.
Right. And or you might inspire someone's fashion choices so they can vibrate higher too. I'm,
Yep.
I'm posting my elixirs. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't ship outside the U.S. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I got to get a friend to ship
When
it to from the U.S.
when we're done, I'm definitely gonna grab the elixir.
Okay, thank you. Because
Yeah.
phase one, they come in phases. So you just click on it, read the full description. It'll tell you phase one, phase two, and then I have the uh, Vita elixirs, which are like daily vitamins of just gold or just silver or just platinum. But the phases are a mix of minerals plus the gold and all this other stuff to lift your frequency at an alchemical rate steadily to where your mental and your frequency rise or ascend to a certain level to where you can start to see more, understand more, and be more productive. And when I first started taking it, years ago,
Hmm.
I lost weight. I started about 3 businesses. I wrote books. And so it just made me super productive because it took me to a higher frequency, to my higher potential. And it made me a lot of money.
Would you
And
say that? Would you say that like with the elixir, like for example, the gold, would they be ingesting gold?
nanoparticles of gold that get into your bloodstream and raise your
Th-
frequency because
That
your
is,
your
I I would say that this is even better than wearing gold
mhm,
because this is like at a cellular level.
gets into your brain neurons and helps them fire faster. So you think faster. You think on your toe. People always ask me, how do you have all them quick comebacks? How do you know what to tell these dusties? How do you know how to rebuke dust demons with no problem? Gold.
It's the gold, the
Yeah.
ingesting of the gold. You
hmm
know the ancient Egyptians were heavy on this,
hmm
right? They ingested gold, they wore gold, right? Same thing with silver.
Right.
Ingested silver, wore it, right? Because it puts you on that frequency. Then so after that ooh, the next highest thing possible for currency is gold. But one of the things I love about the gold is that gold is what we know as a galactic currency. So, but anybody who believes in other dimensions and stuff like that, gold is still very valuable. Eons out of here. So, yeah, that elixir is a must.
hmm
Yeah, I'm grabbing that right away.
Phase one, if you have
Okay.
addictions, if you suffer from any type like a low moods, it's going to take you to the next level. So it's going to make you want to do more. It's going to make you more productive because it's going to raise your frequency to where you don't feel like you need that stuff anymore. You know, so literally, people have written me in the actual reviews of customers are on my Etsy store. You just click on it and read everybody's reviews.
Wow.
They speak for themselves. It's a
Yeah.
5-star store with reviews going 10 years back.
Yeah, I'm grabbing this right away. You got me hyped.
Mhm. And like I said, like you said, your frequency surrounded by wealth, inside and out, as above, so below, as within, so without.
Mhm.
Get your gold, get your frequency, get your if you're gonna do the phases, I think it's 12 phases. And 1 ounce bottle. I sell half-ounce bottles so people can afford them, but really you're supposed to take the full ounce. It takes about a month to get through one bottle. Then
Okay.
you get your next bottle. But like, you know, go through all the phases. It's an alchemical process. It's a spiritual, alchemical, and physical alchemical process of your frequency.
Yeah, the reason I'm excited to grab this is because I've heard of monatomic gold and stuff like that, but I don't know who to trust.
Well, you can
So
read my
I know I
review.
could trust you.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even need to read no reviews.
And
Yeah.
I don't I don't make it. It's made by an alchemist who
Okay.
has studied alchemy, who
Yeah.
has a lab. Um, it's a company. They have a lab. They make this stuff. They only use natural ingredients. Everything is natural. And they only supply to certain people who have the right intention to
See
help.
this. You know another way I'm gonna apply this
hmm
after I take it and go through the phases.
hmm
Instead of threatening to cut people off, I'm gonna just listen. If you don't take this, I'm cutting you off.
You got 1 month. If
No,
you
you
don't
got 1 month.
elixir.
You better get the elixir. I'm so serious.
And people are weird. They ask me weird questions all the time. Can you take it? Can your kids take it? Can your animals take it? They're trying to give it to their animals. It's all natural. I'm not a doctor. I can't say what you can do or not, and I won't. So, use things at your own discretion. But I do feel like one of the things that you could do is you take it.
Right?
Okay. Stop trying to give it to everybody. Focus on you. It's a
Right.
self-actualization transformation. Then you'll know what to do.
Alchemy.
Yes. Okay, so if you are a true magician and an occultist, like you are, you're gonna do everything you gotta do.
You see me fixated on this alchemy that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm on to the next thing. I'm like, oh, SHERA got the gold.
Mm-hmm. You got just combine it all together and see what happens. You know that magician tarot card, he got everything.
Yep.
He
All
doing
the
everything.
tools. All that's another thing when it comes to like really getting this money is you want to apply everything: the magic, the alchemy, the fashion, the culture, the lifestyle, right? Science, from what you eat. We covered so many angles because you need to do every single thing to keep that frequency encapsulated, because outside of that frequency is chaos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we're not consistently in that frequency by applying 20 different things, then we're not going to be able to hold the frequency.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to hear something funny about frequency? Okay. You probably know about cats as an occultist, right?
Yep.
You know they're multidimensional being creatures, right?
Yep.
They have a frequency of their own with their fur and all this kind of stuff, right? Just study cats and the occult. I gave my cat some of that elixir. Okay, my cat, they can already see stuff, right?
Yep.
The cat started talking, not like English, but like
Yeah.
trying to communicate with like mimicking human words. You know, the cat became very vocal when it wasn't before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It became more aware of things in other dimensions. You
Because
know,
it's frequency.
yeah. What the cat already was very aware, but I don't give it to the cat anymore. I did it one time, and the cat started almost acting like that cat on Coraline or something. I don't know. So you know that movie Coraline?
Yep.
So I said no more. Okay, so if you're gonna give this stuff to your cats or your dogs, be prepared. Be prepared. Get your video camera out. It's gonna start looking around, seeing stuff, and almost talking and meow meow. You know, like it's literally having a conversation. So because what the gold does is it changes the frequency and makes the neurons in their brains fire faster than they're already firing, and definitely takes you on a higher dimensional level. So the cat might not know what's going on, but it's starting to see more than what it did.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yes.
Wow. And I got 2 cats.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm giving them some.
Just give them 2 drops. Don't do no more than that.
Wow. But that has me thinking. I'm wondering if the Egyptians, because they had so much gold, but they had a very strong affinity for cats. I'm wondering, like back then, how the cats were interacting with the Egyptians. That all of that gold was around.
Because like in the rivers, they have natural minerals which had gold in the water. So they would drink out of the rivers and there would already be gold in it.
Deep. I just seen somebody put the elixirs are no joke.
Yeah, they not.
Wow.
So that's how, like, a long time ago when the earth was still, had minerals and purities and, and stuff in the water that was pure enough to drink out of the rivers and the lakes, there was gold in there. There's
Yep.
gold in that water. And they drank that. They had the gold. They infused the gold. They put it on everything. And so they were literally vibrating on a higher frequency than most people were that weren't in such fertile areas with such minerals.
Mm.
Hmm.
Deep. Deep.
And then, like, they burn the incense too. They practiced magic. They did
Yep.
everything they knew what to do because of that gold.
Because of the gold. The gold was the catalyst.
Hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
So they took everything in their environment and created a literal paradise. They
And
were the richest. They were the richest civilization ever, and they burned incense. They had cats. They had oud, incense, cats, gold.
I feel like that's what this video was about. Taking everything, that all the tools, and creating your personal literal paradise.
Hmm.
And knowing that you can live that paradise while you're alive now. There's a lot of people that are trying to wait till they die to go to heaven for paradise. When you
Hmm.
can experience heaven on earth while you're alive.
Yeah, and you said Ascent from Heaven
Mm-hmm.
video on YouTube about the
Yep.
oud. Then you got the gold. And you got the
Yep.
knowledge. You
Yep.
got the knowledge. Combine it all together and see what happens.
Yeah. And what you ain't got is excuses. Not after this video.
And even if you don't buy none of that stuff or read none of that stuff or click on any of them videos, you still got the internet.
Indeed.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Indeed.
Okay, you still got that. That you can get for free.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know. You good on time or you ready to?
I'm good as so I ain't got no curfew.
Okay, well, tell the people more about what you do, what you offer, because I
Okay.
just a little bit for you to go and tell them more.
So I have a secret society where all we do is rituals and magic to get to the bag. So if y'all interested in that, text me. I do money rituals for some very high-end clients, and some people I'm interested in taking on mentorship to really show how to really get to that next level financially. That's like a passion of mine. That's like my thing. And then everybody knows that I sell oud, right? But my bread and butter is coaching people how to become rich and stay there, right? Like I said, like a few videos ago, my most prominent client is a princess from Dubai that works with me to keep her wealth, right? And when I got her as a client, that's when I knew that I made it. Right? That's when I knew, all right, I know what I'm doing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody that's already a billionaire is working
Mm-hmm.
with me to maintain their money, then I know that I can really teach a lot of other people how to get there. So that's what I do. So I implore everyone to text me directly, and I'll see if you're able to work with me. Cause I don't work with everybody. That's one thing with me. I do read on who I can work with, right? So I encourage everyone to text me. And one of my secret societies is a Discord group, right? But it's a very strict group. You got to kind of already be on a certain level. So just text me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, text him if you need a little extra motivation, a little bit extra help or whatever. Your phone number is in the description bar. You want to give it out again? I'll type
Yep. 917-605-1469. And I'm on YouTube. So, subscribe to the Occult College with a K.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So thank y'all. I don't want to keep you because I know you got stuff to do.
All right.
Right.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here and answering all these good questions and expounding upon, what it means to attract wealth. And it's not just going to work. It's a lot more. It's an alchemy, it's a frequency. And how you must rebuke brokies out of your life.
Yes.
People think I just be mean, but I'm literally trying to help y'all.
right?
So, yes, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, all right.
Okay. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Terraine. I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. Peace.
All right. Bye. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I try to have Terraine on sometimes so you know you get different perspectives because hear it from another person who's very knowledgeable, who can also help. Been knowing him for 10 plus years online. I hope y'all do get the elixirs and the oudhs and at least read the book. I don't know anything that's going to help you move towards more abundance in your life, and definitely rebuke all brokenness and brokies, because remember, frequency is very important. If you don't have the right frequency, you can't attract the right stuff. Okay? Get from around brokenness. I don't care if you got to be by yourself. All right, here is Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. This is in most bookstores. It's on Amazon. Literally, you can get it in paperback. They got it online in an audiobook form, free. There ain't no excuses. You can go find this on YouTube right now for free on audiobook. All right. I used to listen to it while I was driving on audiobook. Okay. So there's no excuse. You can get it, you can read it, you can listen to it, you can do what you got to do. The whole point about helping people get to the next level is oh, sorry. That was my other guest one time. The whole point about getting people to get to the next level is so that they can be free. It's kind of like you're free, but everybody else ain't. So it's no fun. It's no fun when you call somebody up and say, "Hey, you want to go out to lunch? You want to go on vacation? You want to go do something?" "Oh, I can't. I got to work." Okay, well, that sucks. You call the next person. "Girl, I got to clean my house. I got 18,000 things to do, and then I got to go to work." Okay. So people literally want to free people because they're not living life. They're literally wasting life for a few pennies. They're literally throwing their life away for a few pennies. That's literally it. And people get tired of seeing people get taken advantage of because they don't know any better. And if someone has information and knowledge to help you get to the next level, even if they're giving it out for free, sometimes people want to pay for it because they don't think anything free is valuable. But, if people are giving out grants, scholarships, people still gonna take that and go get trained to work for somebody else. But when people that got it don't need all of that stuff, they don't need, to go stand in line for a job or to interview for a job. When people have it and they try to tell you how to get it, a lot of times people are like, "Okay, well, I don't believe that." Okay. But you believe in clocking in and working every day for pennies. I used to believe that until I was 22. When I was 22 years old, I stopped believing that mess because the real world revealed itself to me. And when I woke up, I was like, "You know what? It's not worth it. I ain't doing this no more. I'm done. There's a better way and an easier way and a shortcut." Okay. And y'all know from my other channel, get around some money. Either if it's a man with money, a business partner with some money, a friend that can teach you how to get money, something. Get around it. Get away from brokenness, and you will definitely grow in your wealth. And you won't have to work for other people. Okay? If you don't believe anything, just believe this. Get around some money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You don't have to believe nothing except getting around some money. and thinking more positive. If you don't have to buy nothing. You can start from scratch. Just start there. Just like the book say, think and grow rich. Think. Change your frequency. Get around money. Okay, start thinking about what you're gonna do, how you can get free. That's literally it. Thank y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. So I'm gonna say goodbye. I'll be back very soon. Y'all know I can find me on my other channel doing the same thing, except giving it to the people that really need to hear it the most. Y'all have any more questions? He said, envy is not real. Exactly. There's only people that think in lack. And think in abundance, and you won't see none of it. Thank y'all. Yes, the Occult College. Y'all go subscribe to Occult College on YouTube. Go visit the store Oudh of Gira. It's all linked in the description bar. I'm going to fix the link for the YouTube channel because that one was not right. You said how to become free from a 9-to-5, start a business, become an entrepreneur, work online. Besides when I was a young teenager, my first job was I had an Etsy store. It's not even a job. My first business that I started was on Etsy. You know what I'm saying? I just made stuff, created stuff, and sold it, and people bought it. I did readings. I invested in dropship companies, and it just kept going from there. I didn't stop. Why? Because it was too easy. And, with the elixirs and the gold, it's just my mind kept firing very rapidly and ideas kept coming to me. So I just kept implementing those ideas to where I make money in my sleep about 5 different ways. So, anybody can do it. They just have to take the step in that direction. That's literally it. If you don't take the step, then just get out of the vicinity of brokenness and start there at least. You can't lead a horse to the water. They got to want to go, but you can definitely put them by some water. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You can put them by some water. I'm trying to look up. They can do what they want when they get down. Okay. But at least you put them by something. Okay, so I'm going to put up the Occult College YouTube right here in the comments. Y'all can go follow Terraine over there if y'all want more information. Whatnot. I'm going to link it. There you go. Thank y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'll see y'all soon. Thank y'all for clicking the like button. Y'all click that like button. Share the video for people that need to hear it. Because a lot of people need to hear this. Give it to them for Christmas. It's free. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. I'll see y'all soon.